With stars potentially returning and more, this is Pro Wrestling Central. My name is John, and you're watching the Wrestling Report. Taking to social media, Charlotte Flair addressed a rumor of her dating her stylist, Brian Valentine.
So, my good friend Rick just texted me this morning and sent me a link about my new boyfriend, Brian. Did you know that you're my new boyfriend? Yes, guys, Brian B. Valentine, who does my hair, my nails, my eyebrows, sometimes my spray tan. Sews my gear together. Oh, last night he bedazzled my nails. Is my new boyfriend. You guys. Think. Thank you, boyfriend.
Revealing who inspired him to become a pro wrestler, Seth Rollins noted on the Chicago Bears YouTube channel, "I was like, oh wait, I'm not going to be Hulk Hogan size, but I certainly could be Shawn Michaels size. I certainly could be Bret Hart size. I might be able to do this. And I love Shawn. So Shawn's been my favorite wrestler probably since I was about, 10, 11 years old." Providing an update on the sex trafficking lawsuit against Vince McMahon, Ringside News noted that JANEL Grant's lawsuit against WWE, Vince McMahon, and John Laurinaitis is moving forward after a federal judge in Connecticut accepted her amended complaint. According to Post Wrestling, Judge Sarah F. Russell approved Grant's updated filing, which was resubmitted in January to add new details to her original claims of sex trafficking and sexual assault involving McMahon and Laurinaitis. The court's decision comes after McMahon's attorneys argued that Grant's amendments were in bad faith and only intended to create media attention by de-anonymizing certain WWE executives. Russell shot down that argument, stating her newly pleaded facts do not deprive defendants of their ability to timely assert that her claims are subject to arbitration. While the judge allowed Grant to revise her complaint, she also sided with WWE's request to delay discovery, the process of exchanging evidence, until the court rules on whether the case should go to private arbitration. WWE claims the non-disclosure agreement Grant signed in January 2022 includes a clause mandating arbitration, but Russell will decide that issue after the defendants refile their motions by June 13th. Grant's legal team, however, is celebrating a small victory. In a statement, they said, "We are grateful that Judge Sarah Russell let the facts prevail today and granted our motion to amend JANEL Grant's complaint against Vince McMahon and WWE." The case was reassigned to Russell in January after Judge Jeffrey A. Mayer passed away. Russell's order emphasized that the legal standard for this ruling isn't about whether Grant's amended complaint strengthens her claims, but rather whether the added information is legally relevant. Since Grant isn't introducing entirely new claims, Russell ruled her changes are not futile. With the court now allowing Grant's revised allegations to stand, the next battle will be over arbitration. WWE has until June 13th to refile its motions to move the case out of court, with Grant's opportunity to respond by June 23rd. Addressing the possibility of Goldberg appearing for WWE at the upcoming Backlash PLE, WrestleVote said, "I haven't heard anything. He started the whole thing of bad blood with Gunther. They haven't done anything since. McAfee's got the football background, Goldberg's got the football background. The Saudi Arabia pay-per-view is coming up. So if they want Goldberg and Gunther to take place in this Saudi Arabia PLE that happens in June, you might as well start it here in May. But again, I haven't heard if he'll be there on Saturday for Backlash, and he's not expected to be there. Previously, Goldberg had said this in regards to a final match in pro wrestling, telling My San Antonio, "At some point prior to the end of 2025, I do not know who, when, or where I'm wrestling." Following Braun Strowman's departure from WWE, Bill Apter said this on a Q&A session: "I heard that it was not an angry break, and if they call him 6 months or a year down the road, we need you for 3 or 4 months, he would be willing to do it again. The door is open." Ringside News added that, according to Dave Meltzer, WWE's decision to release Strowman was driven by financial considerations, with the company believing he was being paid more than his current role justified. This isn't the first time Strowman's salary has worked against him. Back in 2021, he was making $1.2 million annually after signing a lucrative long-term deal. At the time, a source noted that Strowman made a critical error by not securing a no-cut clause, something he likely could have received given his standing in the company, before WWE ultimately brought Strowman back in 2022. Ringside News reported that Raw and SmackDown writing teams were asked if they had any interest in using him. The response was a clear no interest, but WWE brought him back anyway after Triple H took over creative. Fast forward to 2025, and it seems like the same sentiment prevailed, with Strowman once again shown the door. Strowman's backstage reputation didn't help his case either. After his 2022 return, a WWE source told Ringside News that he was known for showing up late and leaving early, with some questioning if he's serious about this run. Those same concerns reportedly lingered, and Meltzer now claims that WWE is targeting talent they perceive as lazy as part of their cost-cutting measures. When it comes to Cody Rhodes returning to WWE programming, Ringside News wrote that WWE could be considering a major surprise for this Saturday's Backlash event in St. Louis, and it could involve none other than Cody Rhodes. According to PW Insider, the former undisputed WWE champion has been discussed for a comeback appearance during the event, though nothing has been confirmed. We've been asked about the potential return of Cody Rhodes to WWE storylines. It makes the most sense to have Rhodes show up at Backlash as a surprise this weekend in St. Louis, a source said. There's at least been one pitch for that to happen, but we haven't heard 100% that's the direction. Rhodes has been off WWE programming since his devastating loss to John Cena at WrestleMania 41 Night 2 on April 20th, 2025. Cena dethroned Rhodes in a title match to become the new undisputed WWE champion. Now, Cena is set to defend that title against Randy Orton in the main event of Backlash. It should also be noted, Cody Rhodes is also being advertised for the May 16th episode of SmackDown in Greensboro, North Carolina. The American Nightmare was initially pulled from promotional material for all prior episodes, but is now prominently featured for the post-Backlash show. Adding to the intrigue, Rhodes has remained completely silent on social media, not even sharing his usual monthly schedule. With WWE pushing his return date, fans are speculating about what Rhodes might have in store when he finally steps back into the ring. And this was your pro wrestling news update. I hope you're all having a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see y'all later.